Last time we met the titmouse, the bird that runs the chickadee, and the chickadee runs the alarm system. But there is a bird that watches the titmouse, a bird with no flock, a bird that has been studying you for longer than you have been watching it. You have seen this bird 1,000 times. You probably ignore it. You think it's loud. You think it's everywhere. You think you know what it is. You don't. By the end of this video, you will realize that this bird has been recognizing you, remembering you, judging you, and learning you from day one. And it has a memory better than most of your neighbors. Most people see this bird in their backyard and think nothing of it. They write it off as a noisy gray songbird. That is not wrong, but it is wildly incomplete. Because in 2009, a research team at the University of Florida proved something about this bird that changed how we think about animal intelligence forever. And it had nothing to do with crows. Even though everyone expected crows, it had to do with someone else entirely. Let me introduce you to the Northern Mockingbird. Scientific name, Mimus polyglottos. It means literally the many-voiced mimic. Small gray songbird, white wing patches, long tail, quick eyes, slightly larger than a robin. It looks ordinary. It is not. Because in 2009, a research team led by Doug LeVay at the University of Florida set up an experiment that nobody expected to work. They wanted to test if a wild backyard bird could recognize individual humans. The kind of facial recognition we usually associate with crows or chimpanzees. The kind of intelligence reserved for big brains. So they picked a bird everyone underestimates. And the result was published in PNAS, the top scientific journal in the United States. But before we get to that, let's go back further. In the 1920s, a mockingbird in Texas was placed in front of a microphone. Over its 13 years in captivity, it would learn over 270 melodies. It would imitate the slamming of a door, a violin tune, a steam train, and 27 other bird species. By the time it died in 1933, it had outlived 3 owners. And every single one of those owners, that mockingbird could distinguish by voice, by movement, and we now suspect by face. The science just had not caught up yet. So how does a small backyard songbird, weighing about as much as 5 quarters, end up with one of the most precise memories in the animal kingdom? Here is the answer, and it changes everything you think about the bird outside your window. The 2009 study went like this. Researchers approached active mockingbird nests on the University of Florida campus. The same person walked up to the nest, touched the edge for 15 seconds, and walked away. This is a threat behavior. The mockingbird flushed from the nest, screamed an alarm call, and went on the defensive. That part was expected. Here is the part that was not. The researchers did this 4 days in a row. Same person, same threat. But on day 2, 3, and 4, they changed clothes. New shirt, new hat, different walk. And every day the mockingbird flushed earlier. The bird was not reacting to the clothes. It was reacting to the person. After less than 60 seconds of total contact, the mockingbird had learned the face of that specific human and could pick them out of a crowd of strangers walking the same path. A 2023 follow-up study in Scientific Reports confirmed it on wild mockingbirds outside the campus. Same result. In short, a bird that weighs as much as 5 quarters can recognize you, distinguish you from other humans, and remember you long enough to attack you the next time you walk by. If you have ever been dive-bombed by a small gray bird and thought, "What did I do?" the answer is probably something to this specific bird, and it never forgot. But here is where the mockingbird gets even stranger, because facial recognition is just one tool in its arsenal. The other tool, the one you actually notice, is its voice. A male mockingbird does not have one song. It has hundreds. A single male documented in Pennsylvania could sing 192 different songs without repeating. Another in Indiana topped 134. These aren't just bird songs, they are imitations. A mockingbird can mimic over 200 different species of birds, but it doesn't stop there. It mimics frogs, crickets, dogs barking, car alarms, lawn mowers, garage door openers, the squeak of a rusted gate. If a sound exists in its territory and repeats often enough, the mockingbird files it, stores it, and uses it. Why? Because in mockingbird territory, the bird with the bigger repertoire is the bird that wins. The female chooses the male with the most songs. The intruding male retreats from the one who sounds like the entire forest at once. A mockingbird with 200 songs is, in evolutionary terms, a bird that has weaponized memory itself. And the reason mockingbirds can store so much is biological. Their high vocal center, the part of the brain that handles song learning, is up to 4 times larger than in birds that sing just one song. The mockingbird's brain is, quite literally, a vault, with shelves. And here is the wild part. A mockingbird has 2 separate repertoires, one for spring, one for fall. It learns new songs every single year. Throughout its life, the older the mockingbird, the bigger the playlist. So what does this all mean for your backyard? It means the mockingbird is not just intelligent, it is adaptive in a way most birds are not. Last time we said the great tits of 1920s, Britain figured out how to peck open milk bottles. The mockingbird figured out something arguably more impressive. It learned to imitate the machines we built. When researchers documented urban mockingbirds in major American cities, they found something unsettling. The birds had started incorporating car alarms, ringtones, and traffic noises into their songs. In 2020, a viral video showed a Los Angeles mockingbird perfectly imitating the chime of a Tesla unlocking. Within weeks, ornithologists confirmed similar behavior across California suburbs. The birds had learned the sounds of electric cars in less than 3 years of exposure. In other words, in less than 100 years of urban human civilization, mockingbirds rewrote their songs to include us. The chickadee runs the alarm system. The titmouse runs the chickadee. The mockingbird, it mimics them all, and then it adds the sound of a Honda Civic. So here is what your backyard actually contains. A small gray bird with a long tail. It is solitary. It does not flock. It does not need to. It has 200 voices. It remembers your face. It remembers your face for years. It has been watching you walk to your car, take out the trash, water your plants. It knows what time you come home. It knows what your dog sounds like. It can imitate your dog if it wants to. It is sitting in the same tree right now, quiet, calculating. The mockingbird is the librarian of your backyard, and you did not even know you had a card. You did not check it out. You did not borrow anything. But the book it has been writing about you is open, and the pages are full. But here is something I did not tell you. The mockingbird remembers your face. It can imitate your dog. But there is another bird in your backyard that does something even more disturbing. It can imitate your voice, including the words you actually say. Next time we will meet the bird that has been listening to your conversations, and it might be repeating them to someone else. If this changed how you see the bird outside your window, subscribe. And in the comments tell me, what is the strangest sound you have ever heard a mockingbird imitate? I read everyone.